Hello, Brooklyn. My name is Julia Weeks, and I am your co-host for today's episode of Navy Yard Neighbor. We have a great show for you today. We have a Navy Yard neighbor appearing on the show. Her name is Kyiesha Kelly. Kyiesha and her brother started a hip-hop clothing company 20 years ago called hiphopcloset.com. They now have a shop across the street from us in the Brooklyn Navy Yard in Building 77, and we are so honored to have Kyiesha on the program. So we'd like to bring her on. Hi, Kyiesha. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Great. I'll bring our other co-host on, Isra, as well. Thank you so much for coming on the program today.
Thank you for having me. I'm excited to be here.
Tell us how you're doing, what you're doing, where you're doing it.
I'm doing great. I actually had like a little brunch today, a social distancing brunch, of course, and just getting together with some friends and blowing off some steam.
Awesome. Well, we would love for you to introduce yourself to people. So if you could tell people a little bit about yourself, that would be great.
Okay, yes. So my name is Kyiesha Kelly, and I am the co-founder and owner of hiphopcloset.com. We started in 1998 selling clothing and accessories online that were catering to the hip hop consumer. Back then, there was a lot of clothing lines that rappers set up and rappers like really backed, and that was like Rockaware and Sean John. Fubu was backed by um, LL Cool J, and so we kind of like piggybacked on that because we wanted to bring to the world that that feeling, that culture, the hip hop culture. So we set up that site back in 1999. I was working in California as an engineer. My brother was here in Brooklyn, New York. I'm born and raised in Brooklyn, Fort Greene. Yes, yeah, Fort Greene. And so we when we started, he was here, still living in Fort Greene, and I was in San Diego, California, and I was working as an engineer. And so he came to me with this idea of selling clothing and accessories online dedicated to the hip hop consumer, which is what we were born and raised as hip hop heads. So we set that up, and it literally blew up overnight, immediately as soon as we like started. But of course, we didn't know what we were doing because nobody was like, it wasn't really a lot of people selling online at that time. So it was kind of hard to figure out what to do. But we figured it out. I'm an engineer at my heart, so
You guys were really pioneers on kind of on the forefront just of the internet, of engineering, of clothing. I mean, you look back and gosh, 20 years ago feels like an eternity.
yeah, it does. It does. It's like it's weird because you blink your eyes and 20 years goes by so fast, but you realize that it was a long time. A lot happened during that time.
Oh my gosh. And so as a native Brooklynite, how had the neighborhood changed when you came back from California?
It changed a lot. I mean, during the time I'm HBCU Howard University. That's where I graduated from with my engineering degree. So I had been coming back and forth. I had been out of Brooklyn for about 7 years in total between school and working as an engineer. So I had been coming back and forth, and my parents still lived in Fort Greene. My brother, everybody still lived in Fort Greene. So I would see the transition and the how it changed over the years. So it did change a lot.
And can you tell us about why you guys decided to open shop at the Navy Yard?
When we first started at the Navy Yard, I mean, it just seemed like a no brainer because it was right there in the neighborhood, and the rates were really reasonable. The Navy Yard was, the prices and stuff were great. So, we just started out there. It just seemed like a no brainer because it was close. It was easy.
That's awesome. Um, and now that coronavirus has hit, I mean, how have things been at the Navy Yard? Were you able to go into your office? Were you working from home? Could you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah. So in the beginning, it was interesting because just 2 years ago, we really just started opening up our showroom to the public because we moved into a new space in the Brooklyn, in the building 77. Originally, we were in building 131, and we were just we were just doing e-commerce. So we were just like packing and shipping. It was just a warehouse. And then we went through this business cohort in the Brooklyn Navy Yard where they supported other businesses and stuff. And we really, you know, decided to move into this space where we would have a space where we can welcome our customers in, and we would do different events and stuff. And, you know, so we did that, and then COVID hit. Like literally, probably like a year and a half into us being in this space, we were doing events and stuff in the space and welcoming a lot of different customers in. Where we were doing like book signings, and we did karaoke nights, and we did a lot of stuff where we welcomed our customers and clients in, and where it was a space where we can really get to know everybody and everybody can network. And then COVID hit, and then we weren't able to have all of these events and stuff. So a lot of stuff changed. And in the beginning, I really freaked out. I did.
Mhm.
I'm not gonna lie, I really freaked out. And then I realized, okay, what do my customers need and what do they want? And let me pivot and make sure that I have the things that my customers need and want. And so that's how it changed. Like basically with like masks and PPE equipment and all that stuff. So I was really able to still continue business because at our core, we are an internet company. So we have that down pat. Like shipping and handling, that's our thing. So we were able to continue with that and still ship and stuff to our customers. So that was an easy transition. The hard part was not being able to connect with our customers in person now that we have made that jump.
That's interesting because I think I'm glad that your business was built on the internet part because I think a lot of businesses are having trouble making that shift. Like we just walked by like the nail salon, for example, and they had to build like these glass windows between each customer. And given, you think it's like a simple thing, but I'm sure they had to go buy the materials, and construct it. Like, the virus is changing the way we do business in all fields. So I'm glad that it wasn't as a hard transition for y'all. So I want to shift a little and talk about social justice and the Black Lives Matter movement. So for like Julia and myself, we've been extra cognizant to support Black businesses and of course support Black people and our friends because we are not okay with what's going on in the world, and we wanted to get your take on everything that's going on, and of course whatever you feel comfortable with, but maybe talk about from the lens of being a Black woman business owner and how maybe that's affected your business.
Yeah, I mean, it's really interesting because when I first started out, there's been this like kind of stigma surrounding black owned businesses from the beginning, and that black owned businesses don't have the same um, quality of service and quality of merchandise. And so in the beginning, it was really hard to put myself as the front runner, or me myself and my brother, because we're co-owned in this business. It's a family owned business, and it was really hard to like show us as the face of the business and being, and that hiphopcloset.com is a black owned business because of this stigma. But with everything that's going on now, I feel like there's such a emergence of people wanting to support black owned businesses and understanding that we go through such a hard time getting funding and getting support and all of that, that we just really it's been a really awakening. Like it's been really good because now I feel super comfortable saying that I'm a black owned business, I'm a women owned business, and that we are like our quality is there and our customer service is there, and that we are a great business to support, and like we supply you with amazing items that when you get them in your house, you put them on, you feel different when you have an item from Hip Hop Closet. And I see that every day. And I'm just like really happy to be able to like show that to people that we are a black owned business. And I feel really comfortable in that. So I'm really happy with everything that's going on. I mean, of course, I'm not happy with everybody, like people that are being really impacted by COVID, and people have really been losing their lives and stuff. But it's fueling a change. People
Hmm.
really looking at black-owned businesses and looking at social injustices in a different way. So that's really good.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I think people are, well, more people are finally woke or awakened, as you say, and I think it's a turning point. I'm not going to say it's like some people are like, oh, they're hopeful, but and I like to be an optimistic person, but I'm glad that things people are waking up, they're taking to the streets, and of course, supporting black-owned businesses because it really is important, and specifically black-owned women businesses owned by black-owned women because it is really super important to support our brothers and sisters. So. Julia brought up your website here, and she actually purchased one of your face masks last week. So she's
Yes, she did.
sporting it around. She's been extra proud, and so she might go grab it to bring it on. But yeah, love your website. I mean, it's clean and easy, and to like search around and oh yeah, oh love that.
Thank you. Yes, I have it on today. This is one of the new pieces that we got that I'm so excited about.
And so, can you talk a little more about? So, do you have like where does the jewelry come from, or maybe some of your specific items? Like, where do you source it, and you just
Yes, we have a mixture in the site on the site and in the showroom. We Some of the stuff is designed by us, and some of the stuff we do make in the warehouse. We do heat pressing, and so we'll do a lot of like customized stuff. Like we're working on a job right now for a woman that's getting married, and so she wants different customized stuff on her t-shirts. So we do a lot of that in the site. We do heat press on all of the masks that we have. So we do a lot of that, and then we also do custom designs for a lot of the sheepskins and the leather coats that we have. So people will customize them because that's like really what hip hop is all about. It's
mm,
about bringing this like customization and this unique flavor to different trends. Hip hop is really about following, like you have a trend, but you make it your own. So it's really about expressing yourself at the core. Every hip hop record is really about expressing who you are and showing the world who you are and where you came from, and everything aligned with that is really the same. So clothing, dressing, the way you act, like everything is really just about expressing yourself. So we tend to like have a lot of merchandise that really like is personalized to people and really just expresses who you are.
I love it. Coochie down to the socks.
Yes,
That's one of my favorite lines from the Biggie Small song. I also wanted to mention that I also love that you went to Howard University,
yes,
HU.
hey,
Uh,
she,
so I'm from Washington D.C., born but raised in Maryland. But I lived in D.C. for quite a while, almost about 8 to 10 years, and I lived on U Street. So it was like close to the campus. So I've always been by there, walked by there, and the university's changed so much.
it
Uh,
has changed a lot. Yes, I was in Meridian, so I was on
oh, that's
Euclid.
right. Yeah.
Yeah,
Uh,
I was in Euclid from the beginning, and then I moved on to Georgia Avenue. But yeah, I love DC and Howard and all of the experiences I had there, and everything was just amazing.
would you say that was good? Your HBCU training was good for what you're doing now as an entrepreneur and business owner.
Absolutely. Yes, absolutely. My engineering background has played such an important role in being able to be an entrepreneur and being able to pivot through the different ups and downs that entrepreneurs have. So, for instance, like when you're an entrepreneur, you have to try so many different ways to like reach a goal, and you have to re-engineer them all the time. Like sometimes you wind up, you know, like you'll hit a wall, and then you'll turn around and you'll say, okay, let me re-engineer this. you
Mm-hmm.
know you can't be afraid to do that, and that's what life is really all about, like being able to like come up with a process and come up with a solution for something. But if you hit a wall and you have to like pivot and change your direction, you have to be strong in that. Like you can't be like, oh gosh, I failed. No. Like, okay, what did I learn from this failure? And then redesign it and re-engineer it. And I feel like that's my engineering background really helped a lot in that. And especially now with COVID, where everything has changed. Like you really have to think about business in a totally different way. But one of the ways is the website, and I'm so happy that like we started out as a website, and that we had that base like really secure. It wasn't until COVID hit that I realized that so many businesses are not online, and they aren't embracing being able to ship fluidly and connect with their customers online like we were.
Well, what you just said is so important about, like, you know, sticking to if something doesn't go your way, stick to a new process. Like, that's a word right there for everybody. That's, big energy right now. Like, things aren't going to go our way. Unfortunately, people are dying. Like, maybe businesses aren't, just things aren't good right now, but you just, got to shift the course and, stick to it and hope that things will be okay. And, I really appreciate you saying that. I think those are words of wisdom for everybody. Oh, look, Julia popped back on.
Hey,
I,
Julia.
I just wanted to show everybody the mask that I
Yes.
bought. If you can see it, I love it. So would highly recommend you guys check that out. Well, the porter in our building, he said, "Where did you get that?" I said, "Just right across the street." So maybe you'll be paid a visit by Joaquin. So he sent
Yes,
it
and
out.
it's glow in the dark too. So if you're out at
No,
night, you'll be popping on the street.
I had no idea. We've been meaning to go to the block party on St. James and Green. Have you been to that?
I drove past. I
Uh-huh.
haven't been to it, but I did drive past, and I saw that. Yes, it's definitely popping. I mean, it's something that we need. As long as you're still very safe with it. Like there is still definitely a threat of getting sick, and COVID is still definitely out there. So you want to definitely remain safe, but being amongst friends and really continuing to socialize and continuing to support each other and have like collective economics and stuff is still so important. Like you still have to get together with your friends and your network and like plan for the future.
It's so important. And kind of to end and wrap up, we just really wanted to ask you, what does community mean to you, and how does that kind of tie into your brand? And because I think it's kind of all encompassing, right? And how can people come into your studio and shop and visit Hip Hop Closet in person? That was a
Yeah.
loaded question.
Yes, yeah, no, it's fine. So, I mean, one of the things that's like really important to us is collective economics, and being able to um, get together with your fellow business owners and your community and support each other with resources that you have, and just in business, like we all need support and we all need help and we all need to come together and co- do like a collective thing to support our community. So one thing that I did like probably 2 years ago, when I did a fashion show in the Brooklyn Navy Yard in the lobby of Building 77, which was amazing. It was like one of the most amazing things that I did in my career with Hip Hop Closet. And we joined together with other fashion brands that were in and around the Brooklyn Navy Yard. And that's what it's really all about when you are in business, is col- collaborating with other businesses. Like it's really not a competition. We're all in this together, and when you pool your resources together and collaborate, that's when you all win and everybody like wins together.
We can identify with that, can't we, Isra?
Snaps for
That's right.
that.
Yep, I think that that's so well said. So, can you tell people how they can make an appointment, because you do need an appointment to come and see you guys. You can't
Yeah.
just walk in off the street. Can you? And then, how can people find you?
Right. So you have to make an appointment. You can call us, visit the website hiphopcloset.com, and you can email us at info@hiphopcloset, or give us a call 718-624-3015. It's all on the website. And you could just make an appointment and come in. We like to give our clients like personalized attention. There's a lot to see in the office. So we want you to be able to walk around and like have a good time. And we really want to get to know what your needs are. So that's how you can make an appointment. Just give us a call and come through.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much. We can't wait to come in the studio as well. I know I had visited your studio a long time ago when you were in a different building at the Navy
Oh,
Yard.
131. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So,
Yeah.
how long have you been in Building 77 now?
We moved into 77 probably September of 2018.
Okay, so a couple years now. And it's good to see. I mean, businesses are slowly starting to reopen there, it seems like. I mean, Rustin Daughters is open, Grand Champs, you guys are open. So, I mean, that's really refreshing and good to see.
Yeah, we really moved over there because we wanted to have a space where our clients could come and mingle and get to know each other and network, and we can meet them and understand like what the needs are of our clients and stuff. So when we opened that, it was like really great. But
Such a beautiful building, and now it's so easy to get to. Just hop on the ferry, right? If you're in Manhattan, come on, come see Kyiesha. Yeah.
yes, yeah, you come from someone came and visited us from Staten Island,
Wow.
from Manhattan, from the Rockaways. It's like a really nice, like calm ride down on the ferry, and then you just get off and come right into the building.
It's awesome. Well, thank you so much for just taking the time to chat with us today. Everybody check out hiphopcloset.com
Thank
and come
you.
and visit Kyiesha. Well, we look forward to seeing you soon, Kyiesha. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Julia. Thank you so much, Isra. Have a great one.
You too. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye. Thanks,
Bye bye.
everybody. Good night.
Thank you. Good night.